What's up, guys? Welcome back to Simply FPL. It's that time, the time we've all been waiting for weeks now. It's time to start planning for Game Week 18's free hit. Now, I'm not actually going to be using the free hit, but I know so many people are going to be using the free hit, and I've seen a lot of videos of different people saying what their free hit team is, but not a huge amount of videos of people talking about the best way to create the team. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the way that I would pick a free hit team, and then obviously the players I would pick that way. But I think that the key part of doing a good free hit team is having a good strategy behind actually how to build the team so that you're getting the maximum back. So that's what we're going to go through today. Also, I know I did a video like this a few weeks ago, but that was before the Manchester United Burnley fixture was put on there. So when that fixture was added to Game Week 18, it pretty much changes everything. So that free hit team that I kind of planned for a few weeks ago, completely different now. It's so different that I don't even need to use a free hit myself. But yeah, let's get straight into this. So here's the fixtures. The fixtures which everyone who's not using a free hit is clamoring to try and get players for. So what we should do first of all when we're trying to plan our free hit team is pick a couple of fixtures, at least four, that we're going to really target. So the way we decide that is based on which teams we think are going to win and which teams obviously are going to potentially keep the clean sheet. So I've highlighted four here. United, City, Spurs and Arsenal. Four teams I think we should try and pick players from where we can. United, City and Spurs, obviously, because they're playing quite well. And Arsenal because they've kind of hit a little bit of form the last few weeks, but also they've got a lot of good value options. So you're not going to be able to have 11 players from a team which are all premiums. So you want to try and add players to the team who they've got a good chance of getting points, but they're not going to cost a lot of money because that'll allow you to get more premiums at the higher ends. So for the purpose of this, if I was using a free hit, I'd target first of all these four fixtures. What you then need to do is, like, your free hit team, you have to pick 15 players, but only 11 can play, and it's only for 1 week. So the substitutes, it doesn't matter who they are because you're not going to keep them after next week. So what I recommend doing is picking, to begin with, 4 players that are the cheapest players you can get, even if they don't play, because what that's going to allow you to do is spend the maximum on the 11 players that are going to be playing. And because we're not worried about games in 3, 4, 5 weeks time, we know which players are obviously going to play because we can, again, secure this last second before the deadline ends. So those are the 4 players. Again, I've just picked them to make sure they're not going to cancel out any treble ups on the teams I've highlighted. But yeah, they're the cheapest players I could find in each position. And that's going to allow us to spend the absolute maximum on the 11 players. So next thing you want to do is pick the essential premiums, the premiums that you know you have to have. You don't want to try and fit them in at the end. So you want to get them in first. They're the first priority, the best players to go for. So for me, that's where they are. So I'm saying that for this game week, Kevin De Bruyne is probably the most important. I then think Son and Kane, they're pretty much essential in this game week. And then obviously Man United's midfield, Fernandes and Rashford. So for me, those 5 players are the absolute essentials, in my opinion. So they're the ones that I'm going to put into the team first, and I'm going to build the rest of the team around that. What you want to do next is try and get like a second tier of premium. So in terms of that, we've got our top tier premiums, the guys that are costing the 9, 10, 11, 12 million pounds. Second tier premiums are kind of like the not quite best in class in their positions, but close enough to it. So for me, I think Man City defenders in this game week would qualify as the second best in class. So we're going to pop in Cancelo and Diaz. 2 best point scorers for City in defence, and they're the ones that they're the most nailed on to play, and also they're a good chance of getting attacking returns as well. So for me, they're the kind of the main second tier of premiums, if you like. So they're in there next. What you then want to do. So we've already trebled up on City, so we can't get another City player. We've only got a space for 1 more Tottenham, 1 more United if it's needed. We want to then add our third layer, which are the third tier premiums. So for that, we're going to dip into Arsenal because they've got some really good value options, which again, by this point, you should be looking at your funds and thinking, I've not got a huge amount left. So there they are. We are going to target the Arsenal clean sheet. They've done okay recently, and again, it's mainly for budget purposes. So Holding and Leno go in. There's a good chance of getting some save points. Crystal Palace, they're not exactly firing 4 or 5 goals a game, so I think doubling up on the back line with Arsenal is quite safe in this game week, and I don't really see any other better options. You could potentially put in a Newcastle defender if you wanted. But that's just not where I'm looking to go right now. So again, although these would be my players if I was free hitting, the idea you should take from this video is how to actually create the free hit team. Because what happens is a lot of people, they'll get to the last player, which we'll look at now, and they'll have like 2 million left, and they won't really know how to deconstruct the puzzle. So again, the building blocks to this free hit team are really the way what you should take from it, rather than the actual players. Although I do think these players would be the ones I pick if I was using my free hit. So finally, you won't have a huge amount of budget left. I actually still had 8.5 million. So actually, again, it just kind of shows if you build out the team in a structured fashion, you should have more money left at the end. So for me, I can't get a City striker. I've already got 3 players. Spurs, I've already got Kane and Son. I'm not going to get one of their strikers. United, I've already trebled up on them, so I'm not going to get Martial in, for instance. You could potentially drop Shaw down to a Newcastle defender and get Martial with my budget. For me, I'm going to have to go outside of these green squares, because there's no way I'm picking an Arsenal striker, even though I wouldn't be able to afford them anyway. So finally for me, Callum Wilson goes in. He's playing a poor Sheffield United. He's on penalties. Like, there's a very good chance he gets some sort of haul this week, and he's going to complete my 11. So there they are. So by themselves on merit, I think every single one of these players could have a good game week. Now, the reason, like, I'm not using my free hit because I've already got 11 players playing, and I want to save my own free hit for like a double game week, or if there's another blank game week where I don't have any players playing. So, but I know a lot of you built towards a big game week 19, so you're kind of looking to use your free hit on game week 18. So yeah, these are the players I'd use. Do drop in the comments your opinion on that, because personally, I don't think there's a better way of having a game week 18 team. And I think that looking at my team compared to this one, I think this team here is going to gain a lot of points on my team that I'm going to be entering the game week with. So yeah, that's it. I appreciate that was a quick fire video, but there's so many videos out there that the person will take 25-30 minutes to explain a really basic concept. They just want to keep the viewers for as long as possible. It's not what I'm interested in. So there's the template team. That's exactly how I'd build it. And yeah, we'll definitely have some more content in the next week. So I'm going to have my own team reveal up fairly shortly in the next day or two. Yeah, we'll go into game week 18, and we'll hope to keep up, and we'll have another one of these videos in game week 19, because I know there's going to be a lot more people using the free hit in game week 19, and I'll probably put up a wildcard video in game week 19 as well. So one thing I didn't touch upon actually in this video is the reason I don't recommend using a wildcard in this video is mainly because, so just have a quick look at the fixtures. If you use your wild card, you need to keep this team going forward. And I just think the lack of Liverpool, as well as a couple of other clubs, but the lack of Liverpool makes it very hard to use a really good wild card, because you're going to have to build that wild card without Mo Salah. And I think any wild card needs Mo Salah. And if you're going to get him in game week 18, the rest of your team is just going to be an absolute mess. So yeah, I don't recommend using the wild card for game week 18. Save it for game week 19 and use the free hit in 18, because in game week 19 you can pretty much build the perfect team going forward. Will include Leeds, West Ham, Liverpool, the 3 teams you kind of want to be having in your team long term. So yeah, quick video. We can end it there, and thanks everyone for watching. Do hit the subscribe button if you've watched to this point, and we'll have more content up in the next couple of days. Take it easy, guys.